Hi, welcome to We Accept Each Other podcast. My name is Alex.
Alex Yap, business graduate, church leader, single and available.
I'm Victor.
Victor Lee, engineering graduate, church warden, father of two.
I'm Enoch Tay.
Enoch Tay, account graduate, church staff, single and unavailable.
If you're wondering what we're doing here, three guys sitting here looking at you and had some drinks, we have midlife crisis. So we're here to talk about things that we are not happy with, we are frustrated about in our community, especially in the church context. We're not here to bash. That's why the name is called We Accept Each Other, because in the end goal of every discussion we have is to find an agreeable point, or we find a middle ground that we can accept each other's different kind of point of view or different kind of opinions or backgrounds or angles or thinking or thoughts. So that is basically why we are talking about here. Running an event, I think is the easiest. The Messiah complex that in us that we always think that we are the defining or deciding factor whether an event or a effort will be good or bad. It might not even take off because I'm not there, I'm not in the committee, I'm not involved in the marketing, I'm not involved in anything, right? In groundwork, on production. You know?
Yeah.
Why you think it's a good thing to think that you can save the world?
Okay.
So you think with Jesus, is it?
No.
The last just now you introduced your name is what again?
Enoch Tay.
Thank you.
All of us here, right? Somehow or other, we have some heroism or Messiah complex. I think this is not in the evil stage, because some people think that heroism or Messiah complex in a very bad way, but somehow this is maybe part of the character of the person. So you cannot totally remove Messiah complex in our daily life, but perhaps we can learn how to live together with it. Just like a whole team, we have someone is Messiah complex, some is what? Different complex. However, there is a bad thing or negative part when the Messiah complex goes too extreme, in extreme way.
But you see, Messiah complex or this heroism or how you term it also depends on two very big extremes, if you ask me. The first is those that is always putting themselves first. Everything is about themselves, everything is about me. Since young or old in school, I'm the first place, and so the whole school should be tailored according to me. When I'm in a play, I'm the main character, the whole play should be tailored around me. Those
Those that play Final Fantasy, you mean?
No.
I wonder why.
Those self-gratification, those that purposely, consciously seek to be the focus of every single event, every single activity, then yes, if you ask me, those are very unhealthy.
Can I finish first?
Then you have the other extreme, people that subconsciously has developed it due to a very high sense of responsibility. Okay, for example,
can you let me finish first?
For example, the first extreme, you can always see those that always like the spotlight one, And then if they are given an event, definitely they put themselves as the Messiah because they are the spotlight. But the second group, a very general way to look at it, let's talk about family unit, a father. The kids only have one father. You are the father. You need to
It's like a hero to him.
Portray, yes. But they do not have the intention to be a hero, but they somehow or other, because they are the leader of the family, they will subconsciously think that I not able to achieve certain things.
Okay.
Therefore, they develop that. And if they are so used to developing it, coming into a church context, they might also look in that way that I'm the most senior member of this church and everyone is looking at me as a church leader.
Okay.
I must be able to accomplish certain things so that other people will not be discouraged.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Victor, for the official answer.
I got a suggestion. Why not since three of us, right? Why not we just want each one of us just trying to say one example of like Alex mentioned about me, the one incident
bash one another.
We felt you are like having a super extreme Messiah complex. Example, yeah.
The fact that he thinks that a lot of things he said is sensitive on information and did that already showed me he has a Messiah complex because he thinks he's in the secret service and all that. We're trying to reflect and pinpoint these kind of things in each of us. So that in the end, at the end of this discussion,
how do we accept each other?
Yes, but also we walk off this discussion thinking of, yes, this might be my character, whatever they want to call it, right? Or responsibility, or what you want to call it, but also reflect on it because we are constantly want to, improve our character per se. If it's not good, we want to acknowledge it.
Be a better person.
Be a better person.
A better
and
friend.
Do not use this as an
Better-
excuse.
better housemate.
Every time. I was like, I don't want to eat dinner. Anyways, you know what I mean? Start with Enoch. Every time when we run events together, me and Enoch, and we meet together, from a first glance, you will see Enoch as a very detailed person. He will list down everything he needs to do, what roles, what program, But every time I see this is that, this is the first step he kind of established, and then he will expect people to ask you to do something very important. If the role that assigned to him is not important, he will say, I always see this mild change of phase that this is not a very interesting job. He will still do it, but with an attitude.
I drink water first.
Yeah, this is what I see. I feel like it's the ego in him that I'm not the center spotlight in this event or in this, I don't know, activity.
You know one thing that I not only noticed in him but myself as well is when there is an event or anything.
Like the face change right now. Zoom into his face now.
My face or his face.
I'm calming down.
Anyways.
Like when there's an event on anything, right? And we need someone to be the key person carrying the event, like for say the preacher or the main guy.
Yes.
A person with this complex will always fake
Fake don't want to do.
Fake rejection, fake don't want to do.
Yeah, because they are afraid of rejection.
I don't want lah, but actually in the heart,
You do lah.
And what's the funny thing is when it really happened, we don't choose him,
And we
his
don't give a
face
shit.
changed straight away.
And we don't give a shit. This apply to him a lot, to him sometimes, to me also sometimes. To be honest.
I do notice
times
this
only.
impact, and I do have some reaction in the past to this Messiah complex in my life, especially in my leadership. I will share at the end what is the impact when I trying to face the Messiah complex in myself become somehow leading me to a negative impact to myself as well. But this one later. So have you finished?
One more thing that I just thought of. Those with Messiah complex like to stand out of the norm. Like for example, all of us are cell leaders. And in the church, we do not have a special name for a cell group. So we always say Alexia cell group or Victor cell group as the leader to identify.
I know where you're going for
Then
this.
suddenly someone come up with what name?
The frog.
The flock. The flock cell group out of nowhere just to stand out,
Okay, for especially for a subgroup one, it's never think of to be a spotlight in any way, because just want to have some creativity for them to remember.
Is that why you have a pink shoe, pink car,
Okay,
pink
Pick car,
shirt?
pick car.
pink shoe, pink car. Okay, in the past I had this favorite color in pink. It's
Why?
not because I want to get spotlight.
Yes.
It's because I think that a man also can carry pink color fashion in a good way. Doesn't mean must be like for girl only, but guy also can have pink color shoe, pink color shirt.
Because you think you can be the hero for all men.
No,
I can carry
I'm-
means you all can
I'm
carry.
not trying to say
You want to
I
be a
can carry.
fashion icon now?
No,
You think you're a fashion icon now?
Just
Look at your hair.
Be the
Look
just be the awareness. Bring good awareness to the
For what?
community.
For breast cancer?
Something like
For
that.
what?
That was my intention. Saying
Okay.
that our boys also can wear pink shoe, no problem one. Something like that. So now, whose turn?
Come on.
Victor, you want to go first?
Give me.
I need to think. Right? You go first.
Okay, in this show also, this is the first show, so we are just figuring out as we go. We are trying to be as authentic and vulnerable and honest as we can. Victor here, I just want to give you some of his resume, okay? He's one of the youngest church warden in our church. For those that don't know what's a church warden, basically is a security guard. He basically represents the congregation in the PCC. If you do not understand his PCC, it's like a church board. So since young, quite young, Koko here has been
He's the oldest, by the way.
now lah, but then back
Now
then.
lah.
Shut up lah! I'm explaining a story.
Among two of us.
You see, you can never shut up again. Pink color. I want to pink. Anyways, for you to understand, the church board will be elected every 2 years. He has been in as a church warden for how many years?
4 rounds this round.
At least 5, I think. Four
Four rounds.
5 to 6.
5 to 6. So every 2 years, there's an election. So at least he has been as a church warden for 10 years. 10 years! Can you imagine? Sometimes I do feel like, you can step up one mark. Because he always complain like, he's very tired lah, then do all this. Then do counseling lah, go
And then submit the form.
and then, I don't want to do already lah. And then
you
I
see
submit
him.
form, then who want to be with it? I will be with it. Every time also like that. Then I was like, then don't do lor. Then don't do lor. But then every time I also do. This one we got. Are you still as a warden?
Yeah.
You see? You see? You see? Not see.
The problem about warden is I couldn't find a succession. No one submitted name at all.
Then
So it will
Okay,
be left
don't
empty.
defend first. Let him
Okay,
finish first. Okay.
Yeah, so if it will be left empty, then
what happened?
He will take
no
up.
one will voice out for the Saturday congregation.
What happened to the pastor then?
The pastor is there to plan and run and shepherd according to how he feels is best.
Yeah.
But the pastor can have two types: one that receives feedback and understands it,
Okay.
one that totally think that he's always right and just barrel through.
Okay.
A warden's role is when, let's say, we have the second type, they need to voice it out. Okay, when I was complaining or expressing my frustration,
Yes.
it's not so much so on tiredness.
Okay.
It's more towards the lack of teamwork in the
Okay.
whole church, so per se.
Okay.
And if you ask me about that, yes. And the biggest question would be, how come some people can just say they have kids and then they can stop serving, then I cannot do that.
Okay.
Which I can actually do that.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to bring out, you know?
Okay, so the thing behind it,
You mean the God is you, the ghost is you. You know?
of course, always there will be a batch coming to study. Then they will be trained to be leader. Then at the final years of their studies, they will be leaders or young adults. Then upon starting family, they will stop.
Okay.
And then this cycle continues.
Okay.
And if you ask me, it will just always be a cycle stagnating at that level, you know. Like we just start from here, train, then stop again. New batch of leader, train, stop again.
Okay.
So my own personal idea and understanding is that there needs to have certain level of succession so that we can grow more to the kingdom. So that's why I have actually thought of remaining as an advisor to help the next generation so they don't need to pick it up all the way from the bottom once again. So that's the succession thought that I always have. That's what I'm still serving.
Good
Okay.
thought.
Man. Okay. Now, Alex turn. Okay. Your turn.
I cannot think of a very vivid one for him, to be honest.
You know why? I have none.
No, it definitely
You got
have.
one. Maybe I try first. He got a moment that he will act like a messiah or a champ, particular in conversation or in debating or argument in certain facts. The persistent is good, but persistent in pushing and cornering the friend or the conversation. Do you agree? I don't think so.
Is it even considered?
Is it considered messiah complex?
Let me just clarify something
Okay.
because you can laminate everything, you know.
I cannot.
One, if you involve yourself in a debate or argument, if you're okay.
Not only debate it's just a more normal king gayam cha also got cornering
Yeah,
one.
I mean, okay. You can say that I'm very. I don't know. You can say that I'm very
Debate.
tenacious, very assertive, very. Even you can say I like to corner people in my arguments. But I just want to know if you say something. I want to know whether do you mean it. Where did you get this thought from? If you're claiming something or you are saying something. To me, if you want to say something, mean it.
No casual talk one.
Got casual talk. I just want to push a bit, see how far are you, man.
Why must always push one?
Even if that is not Messiah complex,
Yeah, lor.
That's the core one.
it's one to keep win, must win.
That's then what
not
complex?
Messiah
Then
complex.
what complex is that?
It's not that complex, to be honest. It's not that complex.
Then do you have any observation if any messiah complex?
No,
situation
that's the
moment?
thing. I don't see him trying to hog any spotlight at all.
You know what? I let you know lah.
Good. Unless his poker face very good.
I think I'm not that I think I'm not that serious in this I don't know, I want to be hero in everything, because I felt like maybe my stumbling point in this is that I'm more afraid of rejection and disappointment than not being the center spotlight. In my mind, everyone should have their own independent thinking. That's why I don't like weak answer, because you should think what you say, ma. So I feel like if I say something, if you are thinking, you might disagree with me, then what I say to you might not change your thoughts or might not change your behavior. So I never bought that understanding whereby I can counsel you, I can teach you to guide you through a guiding principle, a right path, or whatever it is you call it, right? I just feel like I can give you some experiences and what I think. You have to think it for yourselves, and you make a decision and change your course if you think that is the best course for you. If the person doesn't follow, doesn't mean that I'm weak, doesn't mean that I'm not good. And if the person follow, doesn't mean that I'm that good or I'm that effective. I'm just providing effectiveness.
Okay,
Yeah.
your point is?
My point is, whether I fail or I succeed, I don't really think that it's because of me and me only.
So that's not Messiah complex.
That, of course, that's what I'm saying
Okay.
from the beginning.
No, wait. The thing is, you mentioned that you are not so in tune with Messiah complex because you're afraid of rejection and disappointment.
Yes.
So you're afraid that you cannot achieve, therefore people reject you?
Both. Or I say I want to do this, people reject me. Or I say I want to do this, but I can't achieve, then I'll be a disappointment, no?
Okay. Good. This is the three of us have this explanation, observation on each other. But do you have anything to feedback on that one?
No, I'm just thinking if that's the solution for Messiah complex.
Or to be more afraid of disappointments.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about certain topics that we see happening in our church, around us, and our community around us.
Happening in church.
Right, in church.
Not our
In
church,
churches lah, in churches lah.
How do you know it's churches?
Yeah,
I think it's easy to go in from